Welcome back, everyone, to the new episode of Flutter. With me, as usual, I have Michael with me, and we are going to do some magic with Flutter today. So, Michael, what's the plan for today?
For today, I wanted to show you ListView, a very common widget. And I remember that the last time we were playing around with containers, with columns, and so what's the difference using ListView instead? I think the best thing is to show you what column does and why ListView is actually nice to have.
Okay, that means you will share your screen. Okay,
Yeah.
great. Let's start with the coding.
Do you see my screen?
Now, of course.
Of course.
So,
Okay, so first of all, let's start with a simple column to show you something. We have containers with the height of, let's say, 100, and it is better to see them if we just put some colors like red.
red.
And let's put some space in with size box instead. So I want to show you the container itself in the list in the column. Just copy that. Should be enough for now.
In last video, we learned about container and size box. Yeah.
So as we can see here, currently everything fits perfectly into our screen. If we would continue that way. Let's see. Then we should see an arrow. Yeah, at the bottom.
Overflowing this.
So the problem here is the column is taking as much space as its children demand. So if we have 10 container, have each one having a height of 100 pixels, so we want to display all the 10 containers at once with their specific height. And as we can see, of course, we are breaking the screen bottom border. One solution was the last time to just put.
Let me guess, single child scroll view.
Yep, to just put this column into a single child scroll view. So we are actually kind of using a trick to tell column, well, you can still take as much space as you want. And we are just having, is it? It's 1, 2 less.
Let's add
another
one
one.
more.
So yeah, now it should be that way, right?
Scrollable.
So it's scrollable, and column is still producing all the containers at once. So 10 containers, so we need to display them all.
Problem with single child scroll view is?
Problem with single child scroll view is that actually it enables the whole screen to be scrollable. Or the whole widget pack that actually is inside the single child scroll view. But this might have some side effects we don't want. For example, we want maybe an element that is smaller or and has also some scrolling abilities. This would make a big problem with single child scroll view, because then we could scroll vertical and horizontal and maybe some more. Maybe we want to drag some stuff. This would collide with the usage of single child scroll view.
And as I understood, if there are 100 child, then single child scroll view loads all child at once. Is it?
Single child scroll view just says that that if anything is inside the single child scroll view and going or reaching the limits of the screen, this screen is scrollable.
Okay, that's all.
That's actually all of it. And column is not realizing that there is actually too less space to display them all. But now imagine we have 100 containers inside one column, so our app would create 100 containers at once. This is, of course, something we don't want in terms of performance.
One example came in my mind, like column is parent and
Hmm?
container are child. Child wants to get some money from parent, but parent doesn't have enough money.
Nice, or too many children.
Too many children, so I don't have enough space. Sorry, column. And single child scroll view is its parent. Okay, you can do whatever you want, you know.
So just think about it. We don't want to use columns in cases we have a lot of children. We just don't want it.
It'll be too much expensive.
Yeah, exactly. We use column only to make some layouting for the given space we have. That's actually the main purpose of it.
Then suggest me a very good widget that can solve this problem.
This widget is called ListView.
Dang, dan, dan, dan.
You
ListView.
you can keep it like it is. So ListView is the dynamic brother of column, we might say. So ListView is only producing as much children objects as the screen as fitting the as child wrong text. Yeah, it creates only as much children as space gives. Oh, that's too German. Jeez.
Okay,
yeah.
once more.
Yeah, I hope you get it. We have a certain space, and ListView is just generating as much children as it can fit into that space. Oh, that was English.
That was proper.
That
that
was
was
English
proper.
If there are more children, it enables also this kind of scrolling ability.
So it gives me another idea in my mind. ListView is like a family planning. If
Yeah.
house can handle 2 children, then it will just have 2 children in the house. If there is going to be like a little bit bigger house, then it will increase the number of children.
Exactly.
So it's like a dynamic brother of column. Yeah, proper. Makes sense.
Yeah, so what do we do? First of all, ListView Builder is this kind of standard constructor for that case. What we need in first place is the so-called item builder, a builder that is the children we need, and it doesn't matter what children it is. It might be containers, it might be custom widgets. It's just producing the list of widgets.
Okay.
So let's go with a container. No, better. We need something that shows us there is a yeah, we can do a container. Yeah, because we can add
Container.
a margin to have something show. Let's say 8. And then we want the color. Oh, of course, we want the size too.
Let's increase the font size.
Will increase.
Yep, perfect.
Oh wow, yeah. Now it reloads.
You can do command plus plus also.
This somehow doesn't work in my keyboard.
Okay.
I don't know why. Can't tell. So yeah,
I still need to increase the font.
So we have the height of 100 and set the color red. So that's actually our object, but as you can see, still not good.
It wants the context.
Because we need 2 parameters, context and the index. Just say context, index, and index, and then it's fine.
Can you a little bit explain about the context? I have seen this context in so many places.
As far this is actually the build context of ListView Builder itself.
Okay.
That's the main thing. So if we want to build some items depending on the build context, so we can pass it with that parameter actually.
But shouldn't it get the context from its parent? Do I need to pass it to that widget?
No, it doesn't need to.
Okay, we don't.
It doesn't need. But there's something given. I don't think so. No.
If we remove that context and replace with its underscore value.
Yeah, as long as we don't need it, we
Yeah.
can use this underscore. This underscore is actually the same as naming context in a different way, or more in the code as an indicator that this parameter is not used.
Okay. Okay. But if we use the context inside the widget, then we need to.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
But this is not just this kind of command that we say we ignore this value. We just named the build context underscore. But for us developers, it is like we ignore this parameter.
Okay. Okay. Now this should generate one container that is of red
Yeah.
color and height 100.
It should be that way. And of course, what we need.
Still loading the previous screen or what?
No, this is something funny here. As you see, I just created one container, but never specified how many items I want to build. So it's building infinitely.
Really? Okay.
Just look at that.
Oh, jeez. So I need to specify number of items then.
Usually, and that's the normal case, always give ListView an item count.
Okay, it's funny.
So we want 10 items. That's fine. So we will have 10 containers. And in that case, ListView wasn't creating an error because there was enough space left.
Okay.
If there would be different widgets reducing the space of the ListView builder, we would need to provide certain space, like for example inside of a column we would say expanded or flexible, to just mark that the ListView has only a certain amount of space. It needs to be limited, definitely.
Well, I think you need to maximize the font size. Slide. Yeah, perfect.
Not too big for me. Okay,
Yeah,
this should be
great.
fine. Yeah, so now we have only 10 items. This is much better.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, as we can see, we just reached the bottom of the ListView.
Scrollable, perfect.
Yeah, the difference is ListView is only building, how much does fit here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he will create maybe 2 or 3 more elements, even though they are not fitting the screen. But then when we scroll, it lazily generates new containers until it reaches the item count.
Okay, it's somehow related to lazy loading then.
Yeah, exactly.
Easily loads the values.
It's much more performant.
Performance efficiency.
Yeah.
Okay, great.